creatures, get you home. Is this a holiday? Well, no, you're not. Being mechanical, you ought not walk upon a laboring day without a sign of your professions. Speak, what trade art thou?
Why, sir, a carpenter.
Where is thy leather apron and thy rule? What dost thou with thy best apparel on? You, sir, what trade are you?
Truly, sir, in respect of the fine workman, I am but, as you would say, a cobbler.
But what trade art thou? Answer me directly.
A trade, sir, that I hope to use with a safe conscience, which is, indeed, sir, I am a mender of bad souls.
What trade, thou knave? Thou naughty knave, what trade?
Nay, sir, nay, I beseech you, sir, be not out with me. Yet, if you are out, sir, I can mend you.
What meanest thou by that? Mend me, thou saucy fellow?
Why, sir, cobble you?
Thou art a cobbler, art thou?
Truly, sir, all that I live by is within all. I meddle with no tradesman matters nor women's matters. With all I am indeed, sir, a surgeon to old shoes. When they are in great danger, I recover them. As proper men trot upon neat's leather, have gone upon my handiwork.
But wherefore art not in thy shop today? Why dost thou leave these men about the streets?
Truly, sir, to wear out their shoes, to get myself into a little bit more work. But indeed, sir, we make a holiday to see Caesar and to rejoice in his triumph.
Hail, Caesar! Wherefore rejoice? What conquest brings he home? What tributaries follow him to Rome? To grace in captive bonds his chariot wheels. You blocks, you stones, you worse than senseless things. Oh, you hard hearts, you cruel men of Rome. Knew you not Pompey? Many a time and oft have you climbed up to walls and battlements, to towers and windows, yea, to chimney tops? Your infants in your arms, and there have sat the livelong day with patient expectation, to see great Pompey pass the streets of Rome. And when you saw his chariot but appear, have you not made universal shout that Tiber trembled underneath her banks to hear the replication of your sounds made in her concave shores? And do you now put on your best attire? And do you now call it a holiday? And do you now strew out flowers in his way that comes in triumph over Pompey's blood? Be gone! Run to your houses, fall upon your knees, pray to the gods to interpret a plague that needs enlighten this ingratitude.
Go, go, good countrymen, and for this fall, assemble all the poor men of your sort. Draw them to Tiber banks, and weep your tears into the channel to the lowest stream. Do kiss the most exalted shores of all. See whether their basest metal be not moved, they vanish tongue-tied in their guiltiness. Go you down that way towards the Capitol, this way will I disrobe the images if you do find them decked with ceremonies.
May we do so? You know it was the feast of Lupercal.
It is no matter. Let no images be hung of Caesar's trophies. All about and drive away the vulgar from the streets. These growing feathers plucked from Caesar's wing will make him fly an ordinary pitch. Who else would soar above the view of men and keep us all in servile fearfulness?
ceremony out.
Caesar!
Ha! Who calls?
Bid every noise be still.
Caesar!
Peace! Yet again.
Who is it in the press that calls on me? I hear a tongue, shriller than all the music, cry, Caesar! Speak, Caesar's turn to hear.
Beware the Ides of March.
What man is that?
A soothsayer bids you beware the Ides of March.
Set him before me. Let me see his face.
Fellow, come from the throng. Look upon Caesar.
What sayest thou to me now? Speak once again.
Beware the Ides of March.
Will you go see the order of the course?
Not I.
I pray you, Brutus, do.
I am not gamesome. I do lack some part of that quick spirit that is in Antony.
You bear too stubborn and too strange a hand over your friend that loves you. Tell me, good Brutus, can you see your face?
No, Cassius, for the eye sees not itself.
It is very much lamented, Brutus, that you have no such mirrors as will turn your hidden worthiness into your eye, that you might see your shadow.
Into what dangers do you lead me, Cassius, that you would have me seek into myself for that which is not in me?
Therefore, good Brutus, be prepared to hear, and since you know that you cannot see yourself so well as by reflection, I, your glass, will modesty discover to yourself that of yourself which you yet know not of.
Hail, Caesar!
What means this shouting? I do fear the people choose Caesar as their king.
Aye, do you fear it? Then must I think you would not have it so?
I would not, yet I love him well. Wherefore do you hold me here so long? What is it that you would impart to me?
Well, honor is the subject of my story. I was born free as Caesar, so were you. We both have fed as well, and we can both endure the winter's cold as well as he. But he is now a god, and Cassius is a wretched creature, and must bend his body if Caesar carelessly but nod on him.
Hail, Caesar!
Another general shout. I do fear that these applauses are for some new honors heaped on Caesar.
Why, men? He doth bestride the narrow road like a colossus, and we petty men walk under his huge legs and peep about to find ourselves dishonorable graves. Men at sometimes are masters of their fates. The fault, dear Brutus, is not in our stars, but in ourselves, that we are the underlings. Brutus and Caesar, what should be in that Caesar? Why is his name sounded more than yours? Write them together. Yours is as fair a name. Sound them. It doth become the mouth as well. Weigh them. It is as heavy. Conjure with them. Brutus will start his spirit as soon as Caesar. Now in the names of all the gods at once, upon what meat doth this our Caesar feed, that he is grown so great? Age, thou art shamed. Now is it Rome indeed, and room enough, when there is in it but one only man?
What you have said, I will consider, and what you have to say, I will with patience hear.
I am glad that my weak words have struck thus much show of fire from Brutus.
Hail, Caesar!
The games are done, and Caesar is returning.
As they pass by, pluck Casco by the sleeve, and he will, after his sour fashion, tell you what hath preceded worthy note today.
I will do so.
Casco will tell us what the matter is. Antonius, Caesar, let me have men about me that are fat, sleek-headed men, and such as sleep o' nights. Yond Cassius has a lean and hungry look. He thinks too much. Such men are dangerous.
Fear him not, Caesar. He's not dangerous. He's a noble Roman, and well given.
Would he were fatter, but I fear him not. Yet if my name were liable to fear, I do not know the man I should avoid, so soon as that spare Cassius. He reads much, he is a great observer, and he looks quite through the deeds of men. He loves no plays as thou dost, Antony. He hears no music. Such men as he be never at heart's ease, whiles they behold a greater than themselves, and therefore are they very dangerous. I rather tell thee what is to be feared than what I fear, for always I am Caesar. You pulled me by the cloak. Would you speak?
Aye, Casca, tell us what hath chanced today, that Caesar looks so sad.
Why? There was a crown offered him, and being offered him, he put it by with the back of his hand thus, and the people fell a-shouting.
What was the second noise for?
Why, for that too. They shouted thrice. What was the last cry for? Why, for that too.
Was the crown offered him thrice?
Ay, Mary, was't.
And he put it by thrice, every time gentler than other. And with every putting by, mine honest neighbor shouted,
Who offered him the crown?
Why, Antony.
Tell us the manner of it, gentle Casca.
I can as well be hanged as tell the manner of it. It was mere foolery. I did not mark it. I saw marked Antony offer him a crown. Yet 'twas not a crown neither. 'Twas one of these cornets. And, as I told you, he put it by once. But, for all that, to my thinking, he would fain have had it. Then he offered it to him again, and he put it by again. But to my thinking, he was very loath to lay his fingers off it. Then he offered it to him a third time, and he put it the third time by. And still, as he refused it, the rabblement hooted and clapped their chapped hands, and threw up their sweaty nightcaps, and uttered such a deal of stinking breath, because Caesar refused the crown, that it almost choked Caesar, for he swooned and fell down at it.
But soft, I pray you, what? Did Caesar swoon?
He fell down at the marketplace, and foamed at the mouth, and was speechless.
Did Cicero say anything?
Aye, he spoke Greek.
To what effect?
Those who understood him smiled at one another and shook their heads. But for mine own part, it was Greek to me. I have more news too. Morellus and Flavius, for pulling scarves off Caesar's images, are put to silence. Very well. There is more foolery yet, if I could remember it.
Will you sup with me tonight, Casca?
No, I am promised forth.
Will you dine with me tomorrow?
Aye, if I be live, and your mind hold, and your dinner be worth the eating.
Good, I will expect you.
Do so. Farewell, both.
For this time, I will leave you.
Well, Brutus, thou art noble. Yet I see thy honorable metal may be rot. From that it is disposed.
When the scolding winds have rived the knotty oaks, and I have seen the ambitious ocean swell and rage and foam, to be exalted with the threatening clouds, but never till tonight, never till now, did I go through a tempest-dropping fire. Men all in fire walked up and down the streets, and yesterday the bird of night did sit, even at noonday, upon the marketplace, hooting and shrieking. When these prodigies do so conjointly meet, let men not say these are their reasons. They are natural, for I believe they are portentous things unto the climate they point upon.
Who is there?
A Roman.
Casca by your voice.
Your ear is good, Cassius. What night is this?
A very pleasing night to honest men.
Whoever knew the heavens menace so.
You are dull, Casca, and those sparks of life which should be in a Roman, you do want, or else you use not. For you gaze and put on fear, and cast yourself in wonder at the strange impatience of the heavens.
Indeed, they say the senators, tomorrow, mean to establish Caesar as king, and he shall wear his crown over sea and land, in every place, save here in Italy.
I know why I wear this dagger then. Cassius from bondage will deliver Cassius.
So can I. So every bondman with his own hand bears the power to cancel his captivity.
Then why should Caesar be a tyrant then? Now know you, Casca, I have moved already some of the noblest minded Romans to undergo an enterprise of honorable dangerous consequence. And I do know by this they stay for me in Pompey's porch.
Stand close a while, for here comes one in haste.
'Tis Cinna, I do know him by his gait. He's a friend. Where haste you so?
To find out you. Who's that?
Cinna, one incorporate to our attempts. Am I not stayed for, Cinna?
I'm glad on it. What a fearful night is this. There's 2 or 3 of us have seen strange sights.
Am I not stayed for? Tell me.
Yes, you are. Oh, Cassius, if you could but win the noble Brutus to our party.
Be you content, good Cinna. Take this paper and look you lay it in the praetor's chair, where Brutus may but find it. Come, Casca, you and I will yet ere day see Brutus at his house. 3 parts of him is ours already. The man entire upon the next encounter yields Mars.
Oh, he sits high in all the people's hearts, and that which would be offense in us, his countenance, like richest alchemy, would change to virtue and to worthiness.
Him and his worth and our great need of him. You are right well conceited. Let us go, for it is after midnight, and ere day we will wake him and be sure of him.
What, Lucius, ho! I cannot, by the progress of the stars, give guess how near today. Lucius, I say! I would if were my fault to sleep so soundly. When, Lucius, when? Awake, I say! What, Lucius?
Called you, my lord?
Bring me a taper in my study, and when it is lighted, come and call me here.
I will, my lord.
It must be by his death. And for my part, I know no personal cause to spurn at him but for the general. He would be crowned. How that would change his nature. There's the question. It is bright day that brings forth the adder, and that craves through your walking. Crown him, and then I grant we put a sting in him, and therefore think him as a serpent's egg, which, hatched, as his kind, would grow mischievous and kill him in the shell.
The taper burneth your closet, sir. Searching at the window for a flint, I found this paper, thus sealed up, and I am sure it did not lie there when I went to bed.
Get you to bed again. It is not day. Is not tomorrow, boy, the Ides of March?
I know not, sir.
Look in the calendar and bring me word.
I will, sir.
The exhalations whizzing in the air give so much light that I may read by them. Brutus, thou sleepest. Awake and see thyself. Shall Rome, etc. Speak, strike, redress. Brutus, thou sleepest. Awake. Such instigations have oft been dropped, where I have taken them up. Speak, strike, redress. Am I entreated to speak and strike? O Rome, I make thee promise, if the redress will follow, thou receivest thy full petition at the hand of Brutus.
Sir, March has wasted 15 days.
'Tis good. Go to the gate. Somebody knocks. Since Cassius first did wet me against Caesar, I have not slept.
Sir, 'tis your brother Cassius at the door, who doth desire to see you.
Is he alone?
No, sir, there are more with him.
Do you know them?
No, sir. Their hats are plucked about their ears, and half of their faces buried in their cloaks, that by no means I may discover them by any mark of favor.
Let him enter. They are the faction. O conspiracy, hide thyselves in smiles and affability.
I think we are too bold upon the arrest. Good morrow, Brutus. Do we trouble you?
I have been up this hour. awake all night. Know I these men that come along with you?
Yes, every man of them, and no man here but honors you, and every one doth wish you had that opinion of yourself, which every noble Roman bears of you. This is Decius Brutus,
He is welcome hither.
this Casca,
He is welcome too.
this Cinna.
They are all welcome. What watchful cares do interpose themselves betwixt your eyes and night?
Shall I entreat a word?
Here lies the east. Doth not the day break here?
No.
Oh, pardon, sir. It doth. And yon gray lines that fret the clouds are messengers of day.
You shall confess that you are both deceived. Here, as I point my sword, the sun arises.
Give me your hands all over, one by one.
And let us swear a resolution.
No, not an oath. What other oath than honesty to honesty engage, that this shall be, or we will fall for it?
But what of Cicero? Shall we sound him? I think he would stand very strong with us.
Let us not leave him out.
Yes, let us have him, for his silver hairs will purchase us a good opinion, and by a man's voices to commend our deeds. It shall be said, his judgment ruled our hands. Our use and wildness shall no whit appear, but all be varied in his gravity.
Oh, name him not. Let us not break with him, for he will never follow anything that other men begin.
Then leave him out. Indeed, he is not fit.
Shall no man else be touched but only Caesar?
Well urged, Decius. I think it not meet that Mark Antony, so well beloved of Caesar, should outlive Caesar. Let Antony and Caesar fall together.
Our course will seem too bloody, Caius Cassius, to chop off the head and then hack at the limbs. Let us be sacrificers, but not butchers, Caius. Let's kill him boldly, but not wrathfully. Let's carve him as a dish fit for the gods, not hew at him as a carcass fit for hounds. And for Mark Antony, think not of him, for he can do no more than Caesar's arm when Caesar's head is off.
Yet I fear him for the encrafted love he bears to Caesar.
Alas, good Cassius, do not think of him. For if he loves Caesar, all that he can do is take thought and die for Caesar. And that much he should, for he has given himself to sports, to wildness, and to much company.
There is no fear in him. Let him not die, for he will live and laugh at this hereafter.
Peace, count the clock.
The clock hath stricken 3. 'Tis time to part.
But it is doubtful yet whether Caesar will come forth today or no, for he is superstitious grown of late.
Never fear that. If he be so resolved, I can persuade him. For he loves to hear that unicorns may be betrayed with trees, and bears with glasses, elephants with holes, and lions with toils, and men with flatterers. And when I tell him he hates flatterers, he says he does, being then most flattered. Let me work, and I can give his humor the true bent, and I will bring him to the capital.
Nay, we will all be there to fetch him.
By the 8th hour, is that the uttermost?
The morning comes upon us, Brutus. We will leave you, and friends, disperse yourselves, and all remember what you have said, and show yourselves true Romans.
Good friends, look fresh and merrily. Let not our looks put on our purposes, but bear it as our Roman actors do, with untired spirits and formal constancy. And so, good morrow to you, everyone. Boy, Lucius, fast asleep? 'Tis no matter. Enjoy the honey-heavy dew of slumber.
Brutus, my lord.
Portia, what means you? Wherefore rise you now? It is not for your health thus to commit your weak conditions to the raw-cold morning.
Nor for yours neither. You've ungently, Brutus, stole from my bed,
And yesternight at supper, you suddenly arose and walked about, musing and sighing with your arms across. When I asked you what the matter was, you stared upon me with ungentle looks. I urged you further, then you scratched your head, and too impatiently stamped with your foot. Yet I insisted, yet you answered not, but with an angry wafture of your hand, gave sign for me to leave you. So I did, fearing to strengthen that impatience, which seemed too much enkindled, and withal hoping that it was but an effect of humor, which hath his hour with every man. It will not let you eat, nor talk, nor sleep, and could it work so much upon your shape, as it hath prevailed upon your condition, I should not know you, Brutus. Dear my lord, make me acquainted with your cause of grief.
I am not well in health, and that is all.
Brutus is wise, and were he not in health, he would embrace the means to come by it.
I will do so. Good Portia, go to bed.
Is Brutus sick? And is it physical to walk unbraced and suck up the humors of the dank morning? What? Is Brutus sick? And will he steal out of his wholesome bed to dare the vile contagion of the night, to tempt the roomy and unpurged air to add unto his sickness? No, my Brutus, you must have some sick offense within your mind, which, by the right and virtue of my place, I ought to know of. And upon my knees I charm you, by my once commended beauty, by all your vows of love, and that great vow which did incorporate and make us one, that you unfold to me yourself, your half. Why you are so heavy, and what men tonight have had resort to you. For here have been some 6 or 7 who did hide their faces, even from darkness.
Kneel not, gentle Portia.
I should not need if you were gentle, Brutus. Within the bond of marriage, tell me, Brutus.
You are my true and honorable wife, as dear to me as the ruddy drops that visit my sad heart.
If this were true, then I should know this secret. Tell me your counsels. I will not disclose them. I have made strong proof of my constancy, giving myself a voluntary wound here in the thigh. Can I bear that with patience and not my husband's secrets?
O ye gods, render me worthy this noble wife. Hark, hark, one knocks. Portia, go in a while, and by thy bosom shall partake the secrets of my heart. Leave me with haste. Lucius, who's that knocks?
Here is a sick man who would like to speak with you.
Trebonius?
Vouchsafe good morrow from a doubtful tongue. Can this be honor that we undertake?
Do you doubt it? We will not be enslaved.
I do not doubt it, if Brutus have in hand any exploit worthy the name of honor. But this, I think, will not be honorable.
Think it no more, for Caesar will grow strong unless we stop his tyranny today.
By all the gods that Romans bow before, I hereby discard my doubt, O soul of Rome, brave son, derived from honorable loins. Thou, like an exorcist, hast conjured up my mortified spirit. Now bid me run, and I will strive with things impossible. Yea, get the better of them. What's to do?
A piece of work that will make sick men whole.
But are not some whole that we must make sick?
Then must we also.
Set on your foot, and with the heart new fired I will follow you. To do I know not what, but it sufficeth that Brutus leads me on.
Follow me then.
heaven nor earth hath been at peace tonight. Thrice hath Calpurnia in her sleep cried out, Help! Ho! They murder Caesar! I have bid the priests do present sacrifice and bring me their opinions of success.
What mean you, Caesar? Think you to walk forth? You shall not stir out of your house today.
Caesar shall forth. The things that threaten me ne'er look but on my back. When they shall see the face of Caesar, they are banished.
Caesar, I never stood on ceremonies, yet now they fright me. There is one within, besides the things we have heard and seen, recounts most horrid sights seen by the watch. A lioness hath whelped in the streets, and graves did yawn, and yielded up their dead. Fierce fiery warriors fought upon the clouds, in ranks and squadrons, and right from of war, which drizzled blood upon the Capitol. The noise of battle hurled in the air, and horses did neigh, and dying men did groan, and ghosts did shriek and squeal among the streets. O Caesar, these things are beyond all use, and I do fear them.
What can be avoided whose end is purposed by the mighty gods? Yet Caesar shall go forth, for these predictions are to the world in general as to Caesar.
When beggars die, there are no comets seen. The heavens themselves blaze forth the death of princes.
Cowards die many times before their deaths. The valiant never tastes of death but once. Of all the wonders that I have yet heard, it seems to me most strange that men should fear, seeing that death, a necessary end, will come when it will come. What say the augurs?
They would not have you stir forth today, plucking the entrails of an offering forth. They could not find a heart within the beast.
The gods do this in shame of cowardice. Caesar should be a beast without a heart, if he should stay at home for fear.
Alas, my lord, your wisdom is consumed by confidence. Do not stir forth today. Call it my fear that keeps you in the house, and not your own. We'll send Mark Antony to the Senate house, and he shall say you are not well today. Let me, upon my knee, prevail thee in this.
Mark Antony shall say I am not well, and for thy humor I will stay at home. Here's Decius Brutus. He shall tell them so.
Caesar, all hail. Good morrow. Worthy Caesar, I come to fetch you to the Senate house.
And you are come in very happy time, to bear my greeting to the senators, and tell them I will not come today.
Say he is sick.
Shall Caesar send a lie? Have I in conquest stretched mine arms so far to be afraid to tell graybeards the truth? Decius, go tell them Caesar will not come.
Most mighty Caesar, let me know some cause, lest I be laughed at when I tell them so.
The cause is in my will. I will not come. That is enough to satisfy the Senate. But for your private satisfaction, Calpurnia here, my wife, stays me at home. She dreamt tonight she saw my statue, which like a fountain with 100 spouts did run pure blood, and many lusty Romans came smiling, and did bathe their hands in it. And these does she apply for warnings and portents and evils imminent, and on her knee hath begged that I would stay at home today.
This dream is all misinterpreted. It was a vision, fair and fortunate. Your statue, spouting with blood out of many pipes, in which so many smiling Romans bathed, signifies that from you great Rome shall suck, revive in blood, and great men shall press for tinctures, stains, relics, and cognizance. This by Calpurnia's dream is signified.
And this way have you well expounded it.
I have, when you have heard what I say, and know it now, the Senate hath concluded to this day give a crown to mighty Caesar. If you shall send them word you will not go, their minds may change. Besides, it were a mock, apt to be rendered for someone to say, break up the Senate till another time, and Caesar's wife meets with better dreams.
How foolish do your fears seem now, Calpurnia. I am ashamed I did yield to them. Give me my robe, for I will go. And look, where Cinna has come to fetch me.
Good morrow, Caesar.
Welcome, Cinna. What, Brutus, are you stirred so early too? Good morrow, Casca, Trebonius. What is it o'clock?
Caesar, 'tis struck an 8.
I thank you for your pains and courtesy. See, Antony, that rebel's long o' nights, is notwithstanding up. Good morrow, Antony.
So too, most noble Caesar.
Bid them prepare within. I'm to blame to be thus waited for. Now, Cinna. Now, Decius. What, Trebonius? I have an hour's talk in store for you. Remember that you call on me today. Be near me, that I may remember you.
Caesar, I will. And so near will I be that your best friend shall wish I had been further.
Good friends, go in and taste some wine with me. And we, like friends, will straightway go together.
That every light is not the same. The heart of Brutus yearns to think upon you.
Prithee, boy, run to the Senate house. Stay not to answer me, but get thee gone. Why dost thou stay?
To know my errand, madame.
I should have thee there and here again, ere I can tell thee what thou shouldest do there. Oh, Constancy, be strong upon my side. Send a huge mountain between my heart and my tongue. I've a man's mind, but a woman's might. How hard it is for a woman to keep counsel. Art thou here yet?
Madame, what should I do? Run to the capital and nothing else? And return to you and nothing else?
Yes, bring me word, boy, if thy lord look well, for he went sickly forth. And take good note what Caesar doth, what suitors press to him. Hark, boy, what noise is that?
I hear none, madame.
Prithee, listen well. I heard a bustling rumor, like a fray, and the wind brings it to me from the capital.
Sooth, madame, I hear nothing.
Come hither, fellow. Which way hast thou been?
At mine own house, good lady.
What is o'clock?
About the 9th hour, lady.
Is Caesar yet gone to the capital?
Madame, not yet. I go to take my stand, to see him pass on to the capital.
Thou hast some suit to Caesar, hast thou not?
That I have, lady. If it will please Caesar to be so good to Caesar as to hear me, I shall beseech him to befriend himself.
Why knowest thou any harm's intent towards him?
None that I know will be, much that I fear may chance.
I must go in. O Brutus, the heavens speed thee in thine enterprise. Sure, the boy heard me. Brutus hath a suit that Caesar will not grant. Oh, I grow faint. Run, Lucius, and commend me to my lord. Say I am married. Come to me again, and bring me word what he doth say to thee.
the Ides of March are come.
Aye, Caesar, but not gone.
Casca, be sudden for fear prevention.
Cassius, be constant.
Trebonius knows his time, for look you, Brutus, he draws Mark Antony out of the way.
Where is Cinna? Let him go and presently prefer his suit to Caesar.
He is addressed. Press near and second him.
Are we all ready? What is now amiss that Caesar and his Senate must redress?
Most high, most mighty, and most puissant Caesar, Cinna throws before thy seat, an humble heart.
I must prevent thee, Cinna. Thy brother by decree is banished. If thou dost bend and pray and fawn for him, I spurn thee like a cur out of my way. No, Caesar doth not wrong, nor without cause will he be satisfied.
Is there no voice more worthy than my own, to sound more sweetly in great Caesar's ear for the repealing of my banished brother?
I kiss thy hand, but not in flattery, Caesar, desiring thee that Cinna's brother may have an immediate freedom of repeal.
What, Brutus? Pardon, Caesar, Caesar pardon. As low as to thy foot doth Cassius fall, to beg enfranchisement for Cinna's brother. I could be well moved if I were as you. If I could pray to move, prayers would move me. But I am constant as the northern star, of whose true fixed and resting quality there is no fellow in the firmament. The skies are painted with unnumbered sparks. They are all fire, and every one doth shine. But there's but one in all doth hold his place. So in the world 'tis furnished well with men, and men are flesh and blood and apprehensive. Yet in the number I do know but one, that unassailable holds on his rank, unshaked of motion, and that I am he. Let me a little show it, even in this.
O Caesar!
Hence, wilt thou lift up Olympus?
Great Caesar!
Doth not Brutus bootless kneel? Speak hands for me! A tu, Brute? Then fall, Caesar.
Liberty! Freedom! Tyranny is dead! Run hence! Proclaim! Cry it about the streets!
Some to the common pulpits and cry out, liberty, freedom, and enfranchisement!
People and senators, be not affrighted. Fly not, stand stiff. Ambition's debt is paid.
Go to the pulpit, Brutus.
And Cassius too.
We will do so, and let no man abide this deed, but we the doers.
Where is Antony?
Fled to his house amazed. Men, wives, and children stare, cry out, and run, as if it were doomsday.
Fates, we will know your pleasures. That we shall die, we know 'tis but time, and drawing days out that men stand upon.
Why, he that cuts off 20 years of life, cuts off so many years of fearing death.
Grant that, and then death is a benefit. That we are Caesar's friends that have abridged his time of fearing death. Stoop, Romans, stoop, and let us bathe our hands in Caesar's blood, up to the elbows and besmear our swords. Then walk we forth, even to the marketplace, and waving our red weapons o'er our heads, let's all cry, peace, freedom, and liberty!
Stoop then, and wash. How many ages hence will this our lofty scene be acted over, in states yet unborn, and accents yet unknown?
What, shall we forth?
Aye, every man away, and Brutus shall lead, and we will grace his heels with the boldest and best hearts of Rome.
But here comes Antony. Welcome, Mark Antony.
O mighty Caesar, dost thou lie so low? Are all thy conquests, glories, triumphs, spoils, shrunk to this little measure? Fare thee well. I know not, gentlemen, what you intend. Who else must be let blood? Who else in rank? If I myself
There is no hour so fit as Caesar's death hour, nor no instrument of half that worth as those your swords, made rich with the most noble blood of all this world.
O Antony, beg not your death of us, though now we must appear bloody and cruel, as by our hand was this our present act. You see we do, yet see you but our hands at this the bleeding business they have done. Our hearts you see not, they are pitiful, and pity to the general wrong of Rome hath done this deed on Caesar.
For your part, your voice will be as strong as any man's in the disposing of new dignities.
Only be patient till we have appeased the multitude, beside themselves with fear. Then we will deliver you the cause, why I that did love Caesar when I struck him have thus proceeded.
I doubt not of your wisdom. Let each man render me his bloody hand. Friends am I with you all, and love you all. Upon this hope, that you shall give me reasons why and wherein Caesar was dangerous.
Or else for this a savage spectator. Our reasons are so full of good regard, that were you, Antony, the son of Caesar, you should be satisfied.
That's all I seek. I am moreover a suitor, that I may produce his body to the marketplace, and in the pulpit, as becomes a friend, speak in order of his funeral.
You shall, Mark Antony.
Brutus, a word with you. You know not what you do. Do not consent that Mark Antony speak in his funeral. Know you how much the people may be moved by that which he will utter?
By your pardon, I will myself into the pulpit first, and show our reason of our Caesar's death. What Antony shall speak, I will protest that he speaks by leave and by permission, and that we are contender. Caesar shall have all true rights and lawful ceremonies, shall advantage us more than do us wrong.
I know not what may fall. I like it not.
Mark Antony, take you Caesar's body. You shall not in your funeral speech blame us, but speak all good you can devise of Caesar, and say you do it by our permission.
Be it so. I do desire no more.
Prepare the body then, and follow us.
Oh, pardon me, thou bleeding piece of earth, that I am meek and gentle with these butchers. Thou art the ruins of the noblest man that ever lived on the tide of times. Woe to the hand that shed this costly blood!
Satisfied. Let us be satisfied.
Satisfied! Let us be satisfied!
Then follow me and give me audience, friends.
I will hear Brutus speak. The noble Brutus is ascended. Silence!
Be patient till the last. Romans, countrymen, and lovers, hear me for my cause, and be silent that you may hear. If there be any in this assembly, any dear friend to Caesar, to him I say that Brutus's love was no less than his. And then that friend demanded why Brutus rose against Caesar. This is my answer. Not that I love Caesar less, but that I love Rome more.
Yeah!
would you rather Caesar were living and die all slaves than were Caesar dead and live all free men? As Caesar loved me, I weep for him. As he was fortunate, I rejoice at it. As he was valiant, I honor him. And as he was ambitious, I slew him. There are tears for his love, joy for his fortune, honor for his valor, and death for his ambition. Who is here so base that would be a bondman? If any, speak, for him have I offended. Who is here so rude that would not be a Roman? If any, speak, for him have I offended. Who is here so vile that would not love his country? If any, speak, for him have I offended. I pause for a reply.
None, Brutus, none.
None. Then none have I offended. I have done no more to Caesar than you shall do to Brutus. But here comes his body, mourned by Mark Antony, which, though he had no hand in Caesar's death, shall receive the benefit of his dying, a place in the commonwealth. Which of you shall not? With this I depart, and that I slew my best lover for the good of Rome. I have the same dagger for myself, when it shall please my country to need my death.
Live, Brutus!
Live.
Bring him with triumph home unto his house.
Give him a statue with its ancestors.
Let him be Caesar! Caesar's better part shall be crowned in Brutus! We will bring him to his house with shouts and clamors! The countrymen!
Peace, silence, Brutus speaks.
Peace! Good countrymen, let me depart alone, and for my sake, stay here with Antony. Do grace to Caesar's corpse, and grace his speech tending to Caesar's glories, which Mark Antony, by our permission, is allowed to make. So I entreat you, not a man depart, save I alone, till Antony has spoken.
Stay, ho, and let us hear Mark Antony.
Let him go up into the public chair. Mark Antony, go up.
For Brutus's sake, I am beholding you.
What does he say, Brutus?
For Brutus' sake, he finds himself beholding to us all.
'Twere best to speak no harm of Brutus here.
This Caesar was a tyrant.
Yeah. Nay, that, sir, we are blessed that Rome is rid of him.
Yeah. Peace, let us hear what Antony can say.
You gentle Romans,
Yeah!
Peace.
friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ear. I come to bury Caesar, not to praise him. The evil that men do lives on after them. The good is oft interred with their bones. So let it be with Caesar. The noble Brutus hath told you Caesar was ambitious. If so, it were a grievous fault, and grievously hath Caesar answered it. Here, under leave of Brutus and the rest, for Brutus is an honorable man. So are they all honorable men. Come I to speak in Caesar's funeral. He was my friend, faithful, and trust to me. But Brutus says he was ambitious, and Brutus is an honorable man. He hath brought many captives home to Rome, whose ransoms did the general coffers fill. Did this in Caesar seem ambitious?
No.
When the poor have cried, Caesar hath wept. Ambition should be made of sterner stuff.
Yeah.
Yet, Brutus says he was ambitious, and Brutus is an honorable man. You all did see that on the Lupercal I thrice presented him a kingly crown, which he did thrice refuse. Was this ambition? But Brutus says he was ambitious, and, sure, he is an honorable man. I speak not to disprove what Brutus spoke, but here I am to speak what I do know. You all did love him once, not without cause. What cause withholds you then to mourn for him? O judgment, thou art fled to brutish beasts, and men have lost their reason. Bear with me, my heart is in the coffin there with Caesar, and I must pause till it come back to me.
Methinks there is much reason in his sayings.
If thou consider rightly of the matter, Caesar has had great wrong.
Mark thee his words. He would not accept the crown. Therefore it is certain he was not ambitious.
Poor soul, his eyes are as red as fire with weeping.
There's not a nobler man in Rome than Antony.
Now mark him, he begins to speak again.
But yesterday the word of Caesar might have stood against the world. Now lies he there. O masters, I were disposed to stir your hearts and minds to mutiny and rage. I should do Brutus wrong and Cassius wrong, who, you all know, are honorable men. I will not do them wrong. I rather choose to wrong the dead, to wrong myself and you, than I will wrong such honorable men. But here's a parchment with the seal of Caesar. I found it in his closet. 'Tis his will. Let the commons hear this testament, which, pardon me, I do not mean to read.
Read the will, read Caesar's will.
The will, we will hear Caesar's will.
Have patience, gentle friends. I must not read it. It is not meet you know how Caesar loved you. You are not wood, you are not stones, but men. And, being men, hearing the will of Caesar, it will inflame you. It will make you mad. 'Tis good you know not that you are his heir. For if you should, oh, what would come of it?
The will, we will hear Caesar's will.
Will.
Will you be patient? Will you stay a while? I have o'ershot myself to tell you of it. I fear I wrong the honorable men whose daggers have stabbed Caesar. I do fear it.
They were traitors, honorable men. Traitors.
Read the will, the test will.
Read it, Mark Antony.
You will compel me then to read the will? Then make a ring about the corpse of Caesar, and let me show you him that made the will. Shall I descend, and will you give me leave?
Come down.
Descend.
You shall have leave.
A ring, stand around.
Stand from the hearse. Stand from the body.
Room for Antony, most noble Antony.
If you have tears, prepare to shed them now. You all do know this mantle. Look, in this place ran Cassius's dagger through. See what a rent that envious Castor made. Through this the well-beloved Brutus stabbed. And as he plucked his cursed steel away, Mark had the blood of Caesar followed it, as rushing out of doors, to be resolved if Brutus so unkindly knocked or no. For Brutus, as you know, was Caesar's angel. Judge, O you gods, how Caesar loved him. This was the most unkindest cut of all. For when the noble Caesar saw him stabbed, ingratitude, more strong than traitor's arms, quite vanquished him, then burst his mighty heart. Oh, what a fall was there, my countrymen! Then I, and you, and all of us fell down, whilst bloody treason flourished over us. Oh, now you weep, and I perceive you feel the dint of pity. These are gracious drops. Kind souls, what, weep you when you but behold our Caesar's vesture wounded? Look you here. Here is himself, marred as you see, with traitors.
O noble Caesar,
O woeful day.
O traitors, villains,
O most bloody sight.
we will be revenged.
Revenge! About! See! Fire!
Burn, kill, slay! Burn, kill, let not a traitor live!
Stay, good countrymen! Stay, let's hear what Antony can say.
Good friends, sweet friends, let me not stir you up to such a sudden flood of mutiny. They that have done this deed are honorable.
No!
What private griefs they have, alas, I know not what made them do it. They are wise and honorable, and will, no doubt, with reasons answer you. I come not, friends, to steal away your hearts. I am no orator, as Brutus is, but, as you know me all, a plain, blunt man that loves my friends. That they know full well, they give me public leave to speak of him. For I have neither wit, nor words, nor worth, action, nor utterance, nor the power of speech to stir men's blood. But were I tell you that which you yourselves do know. I only speak straight on, show you sweet Caesar's wounds, poor dumb mouths, and bid them speak for me. But were I Brutus, and Brutus Antony, there were an Antony, would ruffle up your spirits, to stick a tongue in every wound of Caesar, that should move the stones of Rome to rise and mutiny.
We'll mutiny!
We'll burn the house of Brutus!
Come, seek the conspirator! Burn!
Stay, good countrymen!
Stay!
Why, friends, you have forgot the will I told you of.
Most true, let us stay and hear the will.
Here is the will, and under the seal of Caesar. To every Roman citizen he gives, to every several man, 75 drachmas.
Most noble Caesar, we will revenge his death.
Oh, royal Caesar!
Hear me with patience. Moreover, he hath left you all his walks, his private arbors, and new planted orchards. On this side Tiber, he hath left them all to you, and to your heirs forever, common pleasures, to walk abroad and recreate yourselves. Here was his Caesar. When comes such another?
Never, never! Come away! Away! We'll burn his body in the holy place, and with the brands burn the traitors' houses! Take up the body!
Kill, slay! Traitor!
Now let it work. Mischief thou art afoot. Take thou what course thou wilt.
I dreamt tonight that I did feast with Caesar, and things unlucky charge my fantasy. I have no will to wander forth of doors, yet something leads me forth. What is your name?
Whither are you going?
Where do you dwell?
Are you a married man or a bachelor? Answer every man directly.
I and briefly.
I and truly.
I and wisely. You are best.
What is my name? Whither am I going? Where do I dwell? Am I a married man or bachelor?
Then, to answer every man directly, and briefly, and wisely, and truly, wisely, I say, I am a bachelor.
That is much as to say they are fools that marry. You'll bear me a bang for that, I fear. Proceed directly.
Directly, I'm going to Caesar's funeral
As a friend or as an enemy?
as a friend.
That matter is answered directly.
For your dwelling, briefly.
Briefly, I dwell by the capital.
Your name, truly.
Truly, my name is Cinna.
Tear him to pieces! He's our conspirator! I am Cinna the poet! I am Cinna the poet!
Tear him for his bad verses! Tear him for his bad verses!
I'm not Cinna the conspirator!
That is no matter. His name is Cinna. Put his name out of his heart and turn him going.
Tear him! Tear him! Come burn fire! We'll burn down the houses!
This is like the greatest.
These many then shall die. Their names are pricked.
The brother of Lepidus too must die. Consent you, Antony?
I do consent. He shall not live. Look, with the spot I damn him. And now, Octavius, listen with great things. Brutus and Cassius are lacking powers. We must straight make ahead. Therefore let our alliance be combined, our best friends made, our means stretched. And let us presently go sit in council, how covert matters may be best disclosed, and open perils surest answered. Between us, great Rome shall be divided.
Let us do so, for we are at the stake, and bayed about with many enemies. Some that smile have in their hearts, I fear, millions of mischiefs. Prepare for battle.
Is Cassius near? He is at hand, and Titinius sends word to do you salutation from his master.
He greets me well. A word, Lucilius, how he received you. Let me be resolved.
With courtesy and with respect enough, yet not with such familiar instances, nor free and friendly conference, as he hath used of old.
Thou hast described a hot friend cooling. Comes his army on?
They mean this night in Sardis to be quartered. The greater part, the horse in general, are come with Cassius.
Ho, he has arrived.
Stand how?
Stand ho. Speak the word along.
Most noble brother, you have done me wrong.
Judge me, you gods. Wrong I mine enemies? And if not so, how shall I wrong a brother?
Brutus, this sober form of yours hides wrongs. And when you do them...
Cassius, be content. Speak your grief softly. Let us not wrangle. Then in my tent enlarge your griefs, and I will give you audience.
Agreed. That you have wronged me doth appear in this. You have condemned and noted Lucius Pella for taking bribes here of the Sardians, wherein my letters, praying at his side, because I knew the man, was slighted off.
You wronged yourself to write in such a case.
In such a time as this, it is not meet that every nice offense should bear his comment.
Let me tell you, Cassius, you yourself are much condemned to have an itching palm, to sell and mart your offices for gold to undeservers.
I, an itching palm? You know you are Brutus that speaks this. Or, by the gods, this speech were else your last.
Remember March? The Ides of March? Remember? Do not great Julius bleed for justice's sake?
Brutus, bay not me. I'll not injure it. You forget yourself. To hedge me in, I am a soldier. I, older in practice and abler than yourself, to make conditions.
Go to, you are not Cassius.
I am.
I say you are not.
Urge me no more. I shall forget myself. Have mind upon yourself. Tempt me no farther.
A waste-like man!
Is't possible?
Hear me, for I will speak. There is no terror, Cassius, in your threat, for I am armed so strong in honesty that they pass by as the idle wind, which I respect not. I did send to you for certain sums of gold, which you denied me. I sent for gold to pay my allegiance, which you denied me. Was that done like Cassius?
I denied you not.
You did!
I did not. He was but a fool that brought my answer back. There is my dagger, and here, my naked breast. Within, a heart, dearer than Plutus is mine, richer than gold. If thou beest a Roman, take it forth. Strike, as thou didst at Caesar, for I know thou didst hate him worse. Thou lovest him better than thou ever lovest Cassius.
Sheathe your dagger. Be angry when you will. It shall have scope.
Hath Cassius lived to be but mirth and laughter to his Brutus?
When I spoke that, I was ill-tempered too.
Do you confess so much? Give me your hand.
And my heart also. Lucius! A bowl of wine!
I do not think you could have been so angry.
Oh, Cassius, I am sick of many griefs.
Of your philosophy you make no use, if you give place to accidental evils.
No man bears sorrow better. Portia is dead.
Ha? Portia?
She's dead.
How escaped I killing when I crossed you so? Oh, insupportable and touching loss. Upon what sickness?
Impatient of my absence, and in grief that young Octavius with Mark Antony have made themselves so strong. With this, she fell distract, and, her attendants absent, swallowed fire.
And died so?
Even so.
Oh, ye immortal gods!
Speak no more of her. Give me a bowl of wine. And this I bury all unkindness, Cassius.
My heart is thirsty for that noble pledge.
Come in, Titinius. Welcome, good Messala. Now sit we close about this table here, and call in question our necessities.
Portia, art thou gone?
No more, I pray you. Messala, I have here received letters that young Octavius with Mark Antony come down upon us with a mighty power, bending their expedition toward Philippi.
Myself have letters of the self-same tenor. And, by prescription and bills of outlawry, Octavius, Antony, and Lepidus have put to death 100 senators. Cicero is dead. And by that order of prescription, had you your letters from your wife, my lord?
No, Messala.
Nor nothing in your letters read of her.
Nothing, Messala.
That methinks is strange.
Why ask you? He you had her in yours?
No, my lord.
Now, as you are a Roman, tell me true.
Then like a Roman, bear the truth I tell. For certain she is dead, and by a strange manner.
Why, farewell, Portia. We must die, Messala. With meditating that she must die once, I have the patience to endure it now.
Even so, great men, great losses should endure.
I have much as this in art as you, but yet my nature could not bear it so.
Well, to our work alive. What do you think of marching to Philippi presently?
I do not think it good.
Your reason?
'Tis better that the enemy seek us. So shall he waste his means, weary his soldiers, doing himself offense, whilst we, lying still, shall be full of rest, defense, and nimbleness.
Good reasons must, of force, give place to better ones. The people twixt Philippi and this ground do stand but in a forced affection. The enemy marching along by them, shall make a fuller number up, come on refreshed, new added, and encouraged.
Hear me, good brother.
The enemy increaseth every day.
Then, with your will, go on. We'll along ourselves and meet them at Philippi.
The deep of night has crept upon our talk. There's no more to say.
No more. Good night. Early tomorrow we'll rise and hence.
Lucius! My gown! Good night, Titinius. Farewell, Messala. Noble, noble Cassius. Good night, and good repose.
Good night, my lord.
Good night, good brother.
Good night, Lord Brutus.
Farewell, everyone. Give me the gown. Where's thy instrument?
Here in the tent.
What? Thou speakest drowsily. I pray you, sir, lie in my tent and sleep.
So please you, I will stand and watch your pleasure.
I will not have it so. Lie down, good sir. Look, Lucius, here's the book I thought for, so. I put it in the pocket of my gown.
I am sure your lordship did not give it me.
Bear with me. I am much forgetful. Canst thou hold up thy heavy eyes a while, and touch thy instrument a strain or two?
Aye, my lord, ain't please you.
It will not do thee so much wrong to wake thee. Let me see. Is not the leaf turned down where I left off reading? Here it is, I think. How ill this taper burns. Ah! Who goes there? Speak to me what thou art.
Thy evil spirit, Brutus.
Why comest thou?
To tell thee thou shalt see me at Philippi.
Why, then I shall see thee again.
I at Philippi.
Why, then I shall see thee at Philippi then. Lucius, awake!
My lord?
Didst thou dream that thou so criest out?
My lord, I do not know that I did cry.
Thou didst. Didst thou see anything?
No, my lord.
Saw you anything?
No, my lord, I saw nothing.
It is not yet near day. Come, go with me.
Now, Antony, our hopes are answered. You said the enemy would not come down, but keep the hills and upper regions. It proves not so, for their battles are still at hand. They mean to warn us at Philippi here, answering before we do demand of them.
Tut, I am in their bosoms, and I know wherefore they do it. They could be content to visit other places, and come down with fearful bravery, thinking by this faith to fasten in our thoughts that they have courage. But 'tis not so.
They stand and would have parley.
Stand fast, Titinius. We must out and talk.
Mark Antony, shall we give a sign of battle?
No, Caesar, we will answer on their charge.
Stir not until the signal.
Words before blows. Is it so, countrymen?
Not that we love words better as you do.
Good words are better than bad strokes, Octavius.
Aye, Brutus, but in your bad strokes you give good words. Witness the hole you made in Caesar's heart, crying, "Long live! Hail Caesar!"
Come, the cause. If arguing make us sweat, the proof of it will turn to red or drops. Look, I draw a sword against conspirators. When think you the sword goes up again? Never, till Caesar's 33 wounds be well avenged, or till another Caesar have added slaughter to the sword of traitors.
Caesar, thou canst die by traitors' hands unless thou bringest them with you.
So I hope. I was not born to die on Brutus's sword.
A peevish schoolboy, worthless of such honor, joined with a masker and reveler.
You call me boy and shy, as you had the power to beat me out of Rome. My messengers you have whipped with rods. No, old ruffian, I have many other ways to die. Meantime, come, Antony, away. Defiance, traitors, hurl we in your teeth. If you dare fight today, come to field. If not, when you have stomachs.
Oh, Lucilius, hark, a word with you.
My lord, Messala,
What says my general?
Messala, this is my birthday. As this very day was Cassius born. Give me thy hand, Messala. Be thou my witness, that against my will am I compelled to set upon one battle all our liberties.
Believe not so.
Even so, Lucilius.
Now, most noble Brutus, we must reason with the worst that may befall. If we do lose this battle, then this is the very last time we shall speak together. What are you then determined to do? If we do lose this battle, are you contented to be led in triumph through the streets of Rome?
No, Cassius, no. Believe not so, that ever Brutus will go bound to Rome. He bears too great a mind. But this same day shall end the work the Ides March begun, and whether we shall meet again, I know not. Therefore, our everlasting farewell take. Forever and forever farewell, Cassius. And if we do meet again, why then, we shall smile. And if not, this parting was well made.
Forever and forever, farewell, Brutus. If we do meet again, why, we will smile indeed. If not, 'tis true this parting was well made.
Why then, lead on. Oh, that a man might know the end of this day's business ere it comes. But suffices that the day will end, and then the end is known. Come, ho, away! Ride, Messala. Give these bills to the legions on the other side. Ride, Messala. Let them all come down.
Oh, look, Titanius, look, the villains fly. Myself half to mine own turned enemy. The ensign here of mine was turning back. I slew the coward and did take it from him.
O Cassius, Brutus gave the word too early, and having the advantage on Octavius, took it too eagerly, and his soldiers fell to the spoils, whilst we by Antony are all enclosed.
Fly further off, my lord, fly further off. Mark Antony is in your tents, my lord. Fly, therefore, noble Cassius, fly far off.
This hill is far enough. Look, Titanius, are those my tents where I perceive the fire?
They are, my lord.
Titanius, if thou lovest me, mount thou my horse, and hide thy spurs in him, till he have brought thee to yonder troops, and here again, that I may rest assured whether yonder troops are friend or enemy.
I'll be here again, even with the thought.
Go, Lucilius, get higher on that hill. Regard Titanius, and tell me what thou knowest about the field. This day I breathe first. Time has come round, and where I did begin, there shall I end. My life has run his compass. Sirrah, what news?
Oh, my lord,
What news?
Titinius is enclosed round about, with horsemen that make to him on the spur. Yet he spurs on. Now they are almost on him. Now some light. Oh, he lights too. He's ta'en. And hark, they shout for joy.
Come down, behold no more. O coward that I am, to live so long, to see my best friend ta'en before my face. Come hither, Sirrah. In Parthia I did take thee prisoner, and I swore thee, saving of thy life, that whatsoever I did bid thee do, thou shouldst attempt it. Come now, keep thine oath. And with this good sword that ran through Caesar's bowels, search this bosom. Stand not to answer. Take thou the hilts, and when my face is covered, as 'tis now, guide thou the sword. Caesar, thou art revenged, even with the sword that killed thee.
So I am free, yet would not so have been, durst I have done my will. O Cassius, he is dead, Caesar, not by a public minister of justice, nor by a hired knife, but that self-hand which writ his honor in the axe it did, hath, with the courage which the heart did lend it, splitted the heart. This is his sword. I robbed his wound of it. Behold it stained with his most noble blood.
It is but changed, Titinius, for Octavius is overthrown by noble Brutus's power, as Cassius's legions are by Antony.
These tidings will well comfort Cassius.
Where did you leave him?
All disconsolate, with Lucilius his bondman, on this hill.
Is not that he that lies upon the ground?
He lies not like the living, oh my heart.
Is not that he?
No, this was he, Messala, but Cassius is no more. O setting sun, as thy red rays thou dost sink tonight, so in his red blood Cassius's day is set. The sun of Rome is set, our day is gone. Clouds, dews, dangers come, our deeds are done. Mistrust of my success hath done this deed.
Mistrust of good success hath done this deed. O hateful error, melancholy's child, why dost thou show the apt thoughts of men, the things that are not?
What? Lucilius! Where art thou, Lucilius?
Seek him, Titinius, whilst I go to meet with the noble Brutus, thrusting this report into his ears. I may say thrusting it, for piercing steel and darts envenomed shall be as welcome to the ears of Brutus as tidings of this sight.
Hie you, Messala, and I will seek for Lucilius the while. Why didst thou send me forth, brave Cassius? And did I not meet thy friends? And did they not put on my brow this wreath of victory and bid me give it thee? Didst thou not hear their shouts? Alas, misconstrued everything. But hold thee, take this garland on thy brow. Thy Brutus bid me give it thee, and I will do his bidding. Brutus, come apace, and see how I regarded Caius Cassius. By your leave, gods, this is a Roman's part. Come, Cassius' sword, and find Titinius' heart.
Where, Messala, doth his body lie?
Lo yonder, with Titinius mourning it.
Titinius' face is upward.
He is slain.
O Julius Caesar, thou art mighty yet. Thy spirit walks abroad and turns our swords in our own proper entrails.
Brave Titinius, look, whether he have not crowned dead Cassius.
Are yet two Romans living such as these? The last of all the Romans, fare you well. I shall find time, Cassius, I shall find time. 'Tis 3:00, and Rome is yet ere night. We shall try our fortune in a second fight! Come, poor remains of friends. Rest on this rock.
Statilius showed me the torchlight, but my lord, he did not come back. He is or ta'en or slain.
Hark thee, Lucius.
What, I, my lord? Not for all the world.
Peace then, no words.
I'd rather kill myself.
Hark thee, Messala Volumnius.
Shall I do such a deed?
The ghost of Caesar hath appeared to me several times by night, in Sardis once, and this last night in Philippi fields. I know my hour is come.
Believe not so, my lord.
Nay, I'm sure it is, Messala. It is more worthy to leap in ourselves than tarry till they push us. Messala, thou knowest we two went to school together? Even for thou are lovable. I prithee, stay by thy lord. Hold my sword, whilst I run upon it.
That's not an office for a friend, my lord.
Fly! Fly! Fly!
Fly, my lord, fly. There is no tearing here.
Hence, I will follow.
Fly! Fly!
Messala, stay by thy lord. Thou art a fellow of good respect. Hold then my sword hilt, and turn away thy face, whilst I do run upon it. Wilt thou do it?
Give me your hand first. Fare you well, my lord.
Farewell. Caesar, now be still. I killed not thee with half so good a will.
What man is that?
The conquerors can but make a fire of him, for Brutus only overcame himself, and no man else hath honor by his death.
So Brutus should be found. I thank thee, Brutus, that thou hast proved Lucilius' saying true.
All that served Brutus, I will entertain them.
This was the noblest Roman of them all. All the conspirators, save only he, did that they did in envy of great Caesar. He only, in a general, honest thought, and common good to all, made one of them. His life was gentle, and all the elements so mixed in him that nature might stand up and say to all the world, this was a man.
The breaking of so great a thing should make a greater crack. The round world shall shook lions into the civil streets and citizens to their dens. The death of Brutus is not a single doom. In name lay the moiety of the world. According to his virtue, let us use him. With all respect and rites of burial, within my tent his bones tonight shall lay, most like a soldier, ordered honorably. So call the field to rest, and let's away, to part the glories of this happy day. Cassie, you're the second.
Down by the riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside, I'm gonna lay down my sword and shield, down by the riverside and study war no more. I ain't gonna study war no more, I ain't gonna study war no more, ain't gonna study war no more. I ain't gonna study war no more, ain't gonna study war no more, ain't gonna study war no more. I'm gonna talk with the Prince of Peace down by the riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside. I'm gonna talk with the Prince of Peace down by the riverside and study war no